Primatus Rex, a monster made to deal with a monster. Something of complete fantasy meant for something of reality. I am Dr. Rabidos. I will be the new person recording these as the lead geneticist here at Void Corp. And you may be asking why the other person isn't here recording these. Well, he, along with many other employees, was suspected of giving Goji Corp our valuable information, so he's been terminated. This hybrid genome consists of T. rex, Velociraptor, Devil's Cotor's beetle, pufferfish, Kentrosaurus, pangolin, Acrocanthosaurus, Mamenchosaurus, moray eel, and hagfish. This is Magnus Acidum Rex, or better known in English, the Great Acid King. Now, its main purpose, along with its three smaller companions, is to defeat Primatus Rex. Now, this thing can stand well enough on its own, but doesn't have much speed in turn for size. Primatus may be able to control its smaller companions, but there's nothing he can do against this thing. It's covered in spines from the pufferfish and spikes across its tail from the Kentrosaurus, so if Primatus Rex tries to take its only weapon, or well, its best weapon, he'll be met with nothing but pain. Speaking of best weapon, its tail can produce a potent acid that can melt through even titanium, thanks to the Devil's Cotor's beetle on such a scale. Speaking of its smaller counterparts, let's get into those. Their genome is much smaller, only consisting of Velociraptor, Stegosaurus, and of course, Devil's Cotor's beetle. This is Acidum Funky. Its name means acid drones. There are only 3 of these, but we have done calculations. If Magnus Acidum Rex and Acidum Funky were to be real animals, about 1 in every 20 Acidum Rex would have a few companions of this kind by its side. Now, Acidum Rex and Acidum Funky have already completely decimated Primatus Rex, so I will just be recapping what happened during their fight. The fight started with Acidum Rex telling its smaller companions to stay away, being weary of the foe, and to go around and ambush Primatus from the sides and behind. He led the first charge. Him and Primatus Rex fought for a bit. Primatus used its arms to try and grab and tear off its tail after a few acid blasts to the face, but was met with only more pain. And not to mention that trying to use its claws would be useless with the pangolin armor with the spikes in between. Primatus tried to snap open its jaw like this is some sort of King Kong movie, but nothing could do such a thing with 2 sets of jaws. He did successfully break, more or less dislocate, its jaw, but with its secondary jaw, it was still able to use its mouth in combat. Once Acidum Rex had successfully damaged the back of Primatus, Primatus could no longer take control, and then it allowed its smaller allies to come around and help it fight. The 3 Acidum Funky jumped on to Primatus Rex and started tearing into him. With his brain being so exposed, they were easily able to do lots of damage, while Acidum Rex were just to take the blows for them and keep him pinned down so he couldn't do anything. Now, this was a bit of work for the 2, But after a bit, the acids came out victorious. Now, it is unfortunate because we cannot locate them. We didn't think until after we had released them to go fight Primatus to put trackers on them. So, as of right now, they are just roaming around somewhere on the other hemisphere. Ever since we've been made to move from the Americas, since the Malovinators, taking care of all the Indoms with Pyrodraken, we can't keep track of anything they're doing since none of this is our tech. It's unfortunate, but we're just going to have to hope that it stays away from populated areas and tries to not get anywhere near either of the Goji Corp or Goji Industries. Well, that's me signing off. Goodbye.